I wanted to just take a couple minutes here just to point some things out and talk about a couple of things. So, first of all, the noise level throughout the videos, you may notice it does actually get quieter and louder with the different tubes, and that is because everything is recorded directly with my microphone into my computer. There is no auto adjusting the sound whatsoever from the camera because it wasn't recorded on a camera. And that plays into a little bit of the setup. So I'm running a Audio Technica AE6100 microphone, I believe. It's a hypercardioid dynamic microphone. Fantastic microphone. It's plugged straight into a Behringer Q502, which is cooked directly up to my computer, and there's no EQ or anything like that, so everything you're hearing is literally just going straight to the computer. And then that brings us to the amplifier settings. So I'll throw up a picture right here. As you can see, volume levels are set pretty low. This amp is obviously a very loud amp. That's one of the major complaints about it, which is why you might want to consider replacing the tubes with, a 6V6 instead of a 6L6, or a 12AT7, or maybe even a 12AU7 instead of a 12AX7. As for EQ, everything's just set straight mid, so you're just hearing the amp. There's no like crazy tones or anything. Reverb, there's a minimal amount of reverb, because who doesn't like reverb? And it would sound very weird if you had a guitar without reverb, and presence is just set to a place where I felt was decent. And those are all the settings. The guitar was plugged into the second input, the number 2 input, which is just a lower or a higher impedance input, which makes the volume quieter. I'm not really in a place where I can blast a guitar amplifier, so I just decided to plug it in that way, and everything that you see there is literally, that's how it went. I recorded all the clean stuff, hit the overdrive channel, and recorded that. That's exactly how all that went. So everything you're seeing there is completely accurate. Now we're going to move on to something that you may have already noticed. Every time I had a 12AT7 in the V1 slot, there was something that sounded like sleigh bells when the volume started fading out. I'm not sure exactly what caused this. I don't know if the tube is already going microphonic. Like, I literally just bought it, haven't ever used it, so I don't know why that would be happening. But anyways, it could be that it just doesn't work with the amp, or it doesn't like being upside down. I honestly just don't know. But it's kind of annoying. But anyways, that's what we're dealing with. So deal with it. Another thing that I should probably point out is that you aren't looking at a video at all during this. There is no video. There is only images. I did take images, and it's just a lot easier to work with images and try to go through the video and do it that way. And so that's what you're getting. I wasn't even going to play or stand in, let you see me playing, because what you're here for is the amp. You're not here to watch me play or any of that jazz. And finally, we're going to move on to the tubes. I got a nice little picture here for y'all. And it is, so you could see all the tubes there. They're all lined up. The 6L6 on the far right, and going all the way down to the 12AT7 on the far left. The 12AT7 and the 12AX7 are actually look basically identical. The only way you could tell them apart really is by the label. However, the 6V6 and the 6L6, those two are very different from each other, but they plug into the same socket, so they work with the amplifier. The 6V6 is typically what Fender would use in like a Fender Champ or any like small practice amp, and they even use them in the I think they're in the Deluxe Reverb as well, if I'm not mistaken. But 6V6s are classic Fender tubes, and then the 6L6s, I guess they just decided they wanted some bigger tubes in their hot rod. I don't know. They probably wanted a little more oomph from the power section, I guess you could say. So they went with 6L6s as the de facto tube. But You could obviously replace it. You might have to adjust the bias, but it's very easy to adjust the bias on these amplifiers. You literally open it up and there's a potentiometer for biasing it right there, and you can adjust it and then play your guitar and see how it sounds and keep adjusting it. um, I'm not going to go into how to adjust the bias. I didn't adjust the bias at all, so everything was just literally plug and play. As I obviously didn't leave the amplifier on while I was putting tubes in, but it was basically just a quick guide. I wouldn't call it a guide. I would say it was a quick demonstration of the tubes and potential mods that you could do. I've been looking for potential mods, and I saw on a forum somebody had replaced the 6L6s with 6V6s, and I'd seen the 12AT7 and the 12AU7 mod 1,000 times. I was thinking, oh, this might be cool, and so I went down to Guitar Center, shelled out $50 for a pair of 6V6s, and came back and put them in, and basically all it did was lower the output volume, which works in my favor. I actually like it, and I do think they sound a little brighter, but that's up for you to judge. So anyways, that's all I really got. Maybe I'll do some more stuff on the modding this amplifier in the future. I have no idea, but we'll see. I just noticed that there weren't any videos out there showing the difference between playing a 6L6 in a Fender Deluxe and a 6V6, and I thought that there should be, because there actually is a difference, and some people might tell you that there isn't, but there definitely is a difference there, and it would be worth putting out there in case, I don't know, somebody else decides they want to use it. So